What's going on, everyone? Welcome to our next hero guide covering Reaper. Okay, as always, before we get stuck in today's video, you guys need to know that we're not covering the specific math on Reaper. We're going to cover his core kit, so no matter when you're watching this video, it will still be relevant. And when it comes to a new player's perspective, I'd say that Reaper is a pretty beginner-friendly character. There's a lot of damage heroes out there, and Reaper's core kit is fairly simple, at least compared to some other damage kits. Alright, so let's jump in and touch on Reaper's two primary abilities real quick. His first ability is called Wraith Form. It allows you to move faster, become invulnerable, but you can't shoot your weapons. And his next ability is called Shadow Step, which pretty much allows him to teleport anywhere he'd like. But as always, before we go in depth on any of those abilities, let's cover Reaper's primary fire, which is perfect for new players because Reaper also has a passive ability called the Reaping, which allows him to heal himself whenever he does damage. And as you can see on screen, Reaper has two giant shotguns, so whenever he deals damage with those, he gets a decent amount of healing, and you can dish out a ton of damage. Reaper's main objective in any match that you play is to get into the enemy's face and deal a crap ton of damage. If you can do it the right way, you can make yourself survive off of that Reaping passive, and your teammates will be healing you too. So you have really big survivability whenever you play this character properly. And of course, as a damage character, you want to prioritize taking out the healers. Really, any character that you play, you would like to prioritize taking out the healers, but Reaper specifically is a tank buster. And now that there's only one tank in Overwatch 2, you can really focus down that tank as Reaper. You can dish out a lot of damage, and pretty much any tank that you go up against is fairly vulnerable to Reaper, especially larger targets like Winston or Roadhog. And I'd say that Junker Queen is probably the worst tank to go up against since she can also do lifesteal and she's tinier. And really, I'd say that that's one of Reaper's biggest weaknesses. His shotguns have such a large spread that they're hard to hit when it comes to smaller characters. And don't get me wrong, it's not a huge weakness. You can still take these characters out. You're just going to have to either get closer to them or hit them with more shots. And one of the greatest things to help you take out enemy characters in general is his first ability, Wraith Form. Not only does it allow you to become invulnerable and move faster, it also reloads your weapon for you, which is honestly crazy. So in one single button ability, you're able to become invulnerable to anything in the game, reload your weapon for free, and become faster to get away from the situation or get into a situation that you need to be in, which is really where Reaper's playstyle comes in. If you're able to be sneaky, get behind the enemy team, and then go in for a kill, you're doing some damage, but you need to reload or you need to get away, you can use Wraith Form to either stay there and fight longer or use it to get back to your team before you die. And getting behind the enemy team or sneaking up on someone is fairly simple because of your second ability, Shadow Step. It allows you to teleport pretty much anywhere you want, so if you need to get behind the enemy team, you can do that. And just to be clear, Reaper's teleport ability is not instant like Kiriko's teleport ability. It has a good windup time before you can actually teleport. So just be careful if you're trying to use his teleport to run away, because if they catch you too early, that windup time is going to cause you to die before you can actually teleport. But you can escape a fight that you can't win if you do it quickly. Also, while we're talking about Reaper's teleport ability, another big weakness that Reaper has is long range attackers. If they're shooting from afar, you can't really get to them because of your shotguns. People in the sky is a different story, but if you're going up against a Hanzo or a Widow or anyone that is far out on the map shooting from far away, you can teleport to them, and if you do it right, you can do it pretty sneakily and then attack them right there or make them reposition. In general, Reaper's entire kit is made for survivability, with that Reaping passive that gives him health, his teleport that allows him to go anywhere he wants, and making himself invulnerable and faster to get away is just crazy in general. But now, let's talk about his ultimate ability, Death Blossom. When using his ultimate ability, he starts dealing damage rapidly, spinning around, firing bullets in all directions, and he heals himself while he does this. And if you catch the enemy team off guard, you're going to deal a lot of damage, probably get a decent amount of picks, and open up some plays for your team to come in. So my biggest piece of advice when using Reaper's ultimate ability is to be sneaky and play with your team. Tell your teammates when you're going to go in and use your ultimate ability. They can give you support, they can give you extra healing, they can give you supporting abilities that help your ultimate become stronger. Yes, his ultimate ability is really powerful on its own, but it's even stronger when you pair it up with a teammate's ultimate. And it's really not even just ultimate abilities in general, it's just abilities in general. Take Zarya's bubble for example. If she bubbles you before you dive in and use your ultimate ability, you can stay safe and use your ultimate to maximum potential. Or even, let's say, extra healing from Mercy's staff or damage boost from Mercy's staff. Either way, it's going to help you out. And remember, be careful of stuns when you're using this ability. There's not too many stuns left in the game, but there are still a few things that will stop you when you're in the middle of using your ultimate. One of the biggest examples would be a Roadhog hook. If you get hooked, your ultimate's pretty much done for. And really, the last tip for his ultimate ability would be to get up high and jump down on the enemy team to start your ultimate. This is the best way to be sneaky. Teleport above the team, jump down, use your ultimate, and get some sneaky kills. Okay everyone, that about wraps it up for Reaper, but before we go, let's talk about two characters that work really well with Reaper. Now obviously, there's a ridiculous amount of combinations, but these are the two that I really like. For a healer, I'd say Ana for a couple reasons. Number one being her biotic grenade. If she can land that biotic grenade and get an anti-heal on the team, then you can jump in and use your ultimate and they're pretty much toast. Also, syncing up her ultimate ability with yours is really powerful. Her nano boost will give you extra defense and let you deal extra damage, so it's pretty much a perfect matchup. And for a tank, I'd say Zarya, because those bubbles help out Reaper immensely, no matter whether he's just playing in general or using his ultimate. It's a really good team synchronization matchup. But alright everyone, that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you're looking for new people to play with, go ahead and join our Discord. The link's in the description. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Flash out.